And
Thank you.
awesome. You're on with Tony DUrso, amazing author, fantastic Voice of America podcaster that heard throughout the world, I would say at this point, as well as AM/FM radio.
So my question is, when you first put your products up and your books up, did you do any advertising? You said you got 500,000 downloads. How did people know you existed? Did you advertise?
That is the most beautiful question. I love being asked that question, Dr. Audrey Levy. Thank you for asking that. You can have a not so good product that everybody knows about and buys. And case in point, I don't even have to mention their name. They're the biggest restaurant chain in the world, the biggest food in the world. Their food is arguable in terms of being good quality or not. We're not even going to go there, but they're world famous. And yet you could have a really great food item that nobody knows about. The same with the book. You know, if this book was put on a podium and is out in the forest and nobody ever sees it, it won't sell. So the most important thing for anybody when you have a book or a product is you have to promote it. When I do my show or I do whatever, I spend the rest of my time promoting it. My roots are sales, marketing, lead generation, promotion. I've had a company where I promote it, and that's where I put in the time. I promote it. There's so much. Now, in terms of a book, what you have to do is, of course, continue to grow your social media. When I saw social media come out and it kind of got into my brain what it is, I started growing my social media. I could have maybe 140,000 followers on social media, something like that. I'm not sure the exact number, but it's around there. And I have found what social media is more engaging and how to engage, because this is my roots. And out of this, talking about my empire, came a social media marketing company. I now do social media marketing where I will promote anybody. I'll promote a podcast, a webpage, a book, and through that promotion, we'll get thousands and thousands of people weekly to find out about it. And I've taken on some of my clients or whom I've mentored on podcasting. One got 2 million downloads in just like a year and a half because he understood my principles and started adding to what he knows, because it's just all adding. It's not like this is the only way, but you add it to what you know and you use everything to the best of what its potential is. So I really worked social media, and that is one of the testaments to my success in terms of doing. And that's it's in my vision map. And I continue getting, I want to say 500 to 1,000 new members a week. You know, maybe it's 500 or whatever. Some weeks or month. Some months I get up to 2,000 new members, but I continue, looking for and getting new members. And there's so much power in social media, no matter what you have, no matter what you do. Whatever you're selling, whatever it is, the social media is amazing. I met someone years ago that was making $100,000 a year on just Facebook groups alone, selling female products. It's like, I couldn't even get that in my head. And, but do not, and I know somebody who's made $1 million doing and helping entrepreneurs strictly through social media. So it's just amazing when you really latch in. And I've learned how to latch in and get people to engage. So if I write a social media post, I don't know what you're selling there, it may be something that would work for my audience, but generally I'll be able to send thousands and thousands of people to somebody's product, and it's through social media.
And I just want to share, I can attest to that. We've got 1 million views on YouTube. We get so many conversations. And I think Tony, you said you have 1,000 requests that come in for just being on your podcast from the social media.
Monthly.
And monthly, we've got, I think, 55,000 on Facebook. And so the volume of people seeing the message makes a difference, but it's the engagement that really, that take home point that Tony is highlighting here too, is the engagement as well. And 10 million downloads is engagement. And Tony is it's so beautiful because he's demonstrating also, he really cares what others think of his book. So he asked for it right here. He said, review, share, comment, let me know what you think of the book. And that creates the engagement and the ongoing conversation. Dr. Audrey, and what else would you love to ask?
Well, how I become a member, because I'm an author. Besides being a doctor of psychology, I'm an author, and I've written The Adventures of the Angel Olio, books 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I also have a dozen screenplays that are ready to be made into movies, feature screenplays, runners up in the Sundance Institute, and also Mr. Spielberg's Chesterfield competition. So my books, no one knows that my books exist except for me. And I'm having a difficult time managing the social media and finding anybody that would do it adequately.
Well,
So
I don't know anything about your book, Angel Olio. I remember it's a fiction series.
yeah, it's autobiographical fiction, The Adventures of the Angel Olio, and I've already written books 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's four books, and the first 3 are also in a trilogy. I put them into one big book. So and also books 1 and 2 are in Spanish, and I have an experiential journal in which people can learn to write to their own angels and have them write back. So in terms of a therapeutic tool, I use it for people who are grieving, in particular, grief and loss. It makes it much easier, the ascension, the passing of the people that they love. So anyway, so I want people to know about my books. They're all to help mental illness. You know how every family has at least one member that has a mental illness, diagnosed or undiagnosed, right?
I understand that
So
one.
my books, yep. So the Angel Olio, her mission is to help families where the mental illness is there. So the first 4 books all follow the same characters, and how the Angel Olio is helping them get through their troubles. It's a little bit, remember, like the TV show Touched by an Angel years ago with Della Reese.
And
very popular.
I don't guarantee any sales of any products whatsoever, but I do guarantee real people click. I don't make them click. They're all over the world, or whatever area we determine is the right geographical area for you. And they really will click. You'll see what I wrote. You'll see exactly what I write, and you approve it. And I send it out, and I have a team. We promote it in my expanded social media network. And the people will come, and we prove it because we track it all. So I can definitely get a lot of people to be exposed to it, whether they buy or not, or that further engagement.
I understand.
That's going to be based on your page.
That's a separate issue.
But I can definitely get people. That's where my
Tony, how do people become a member?
Right. How do we get in touch with you?
Well,
or become a member.
My website, which has some of the information, is Tony DUrso.com. And if you go to clicks, you'll see I have a program where I send visitors to anything. And you can also email me at tony@tonydurso.com. Either way, you can find
Okay, great.
you can message me from my website. It all comes to me. I answer everything personally. I don't believe in having someone answer for me because it's just never worked out. So I answer everything myself. Even on social media, even where I get 1,000 messages a week, I answer everyone myself because only I know what I really want to say to that person based on what that person is asking. So you always get me
That's amazing.
for real.
That's
It's-
amazing. Okay, well,
You
I'm
know-
Audrey at audreylevy.com. So I'll write to you.
Thank
And
you very much.
her
Thank you.
books, she donates when you download one of her books. She donates the download to NAMI, the National Organization of Mental Illness. And so really, truly this heartfelt space of giving back to the community, NAMI, and then the hard books you can order as well. Tony, we're coming to the end. I'm so grateful. I would love for you to share. Give me just a second to start a new recording on this
Oh, sure.
because I want to highlight this last part